Hello everyone, this is part 28 of What If Naruto Had Two Bloodlines, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and to like, to subscribe, to share, and check out the playlist, to see more comment down below. Now let's start the intro.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Join my membership, the perks are great. It's in the description. Be sure to like and subscribe, it gives me. Naruto, let's do this. Horde mentality, dragons, fangs. Auto FN, I'm not sure what you call a group of dragons, but horde just sounds right. The Narutos pulled out some shurikens and threw them all at the lone Gaara. They all embedded themselves in Gaara's sand-covered body, but he could feel a few of them reach and cut the body underneath. A few Narutos then jumped into action and kicked him into the air, followed by a barrage of axe kicks and then uppercuts. As Gaara helplessly floated in the air, the assault continued. Naruto, shooting star shower. A bunch of the Narutos drilled Gaara with their boss and drove him into the ground. Gaara, ugh, cringing in his crater, who the hell is this guy? Naruto, this is the end. Horde mentality, dragons, wrath. Auto FN, Dragon's Wrath, a powerful blast of chakra from more than one user. Using a great deal of chakra, the users combine their efforts to obliterate the target. All 1,000 of the Narutos reared back, took aim, and red chakra began to form in their hands as their red hair turned white. Sasuke, that looks like his dragon wave. Temari, it can't be, when Gaara's in that state, how can he? Gaara, no way, I can't lose. As the Narutos continued gathering chakra, Gaara exploded with a wall of sand. As it rose, it managed to destroy quite a few clones before it finally stopped and took form. Temari, no way, it can't be, it's finally here. Sasuke, what is that? Gameikichi, well, the enemy's pretty good too. Temari, it finally came out, his complete form. Naruto, this is the monster inside of him, it's gigantic. Gaara had turned into a gigantic replica of his previous form. Immediately, it began searching for and destroying any Naruto it could find. It rampaged until, finally, there was only one left. Naruto tried to get away, but because he was beginning to run low on chakra, he was caught. Sand began to surround him and Naruto had no choice. Hopefully this time it worked how he wanted it to. Sasuke, Naruto. Gaara had him right where he wanted him and tried to crush him. However, Naruto got it right and summoned a giant toad, the toad boss, Gamabunter. Bunter, what's with you? What you want? He looked before him and there stood someone that would definitely give him a challenge. It was no wonder the kid had summoned Gamabunter at a time like this. Bunter, that's, if I remember correctly, Shukaku of the Sands. Naruto, hey boss, fight with me, would ya? I'm counting on you. Huffing and puffing. Gaara, this Naruto Uzumaki guy, just who is he? He amuses me to no end. Sasuke, Naruto, you, what in the world? Bunter, nope. Naruto, huh, but why? You said you'd make me your underling last time. A boss is someone who's supposed to help out an underling when he's in trouble, isn't he? That's what the way of the family is, ain't it? Bunter, sure I said I'd make you my underling, but we ain't even sat down over drinks yet. Why should I have to do something for the sake of this guy? A big pain in the ass. Naruto, but, I'm not even old enough to be drinking alcohol yet. Kichi, now don't be saying that and listen to the guy, would ya? Pops. Hops onto Naruto's head. Bunter, why are you here, Gameikichi? Kichi, I was bored so I came out to play, but never mind that guy over there tried to bully me, and the kid helped me out. Bunter, say what? Tell you what kid, I'll recognize you as my underling. And I'll show you all about the way of the family. Looks at the offender, it's payback time, you hoodlum. He reached at his side and drew his giant blade. Bunter, hold on tight now. With that, Gamabunter charged the giant lumbering beast and cut off one of its arms with his Bunter, toad blade slash. Though he sped through him, it was tough doing it. He wasn't even able to keep a hold of his blade as it hurtled through the air. The force of it and Gamabunter's landing caused a massive breeze of air to flow over the surrounding area. Naruto, hey, boss. Sakura's over there on that side, so try not to go over there. Lure him this way, would ya? Bunter, who's Sakura and why should I care? Kichi, it's his main squeeze pops. Naruto, slight blush, we have to defeat him, or else we can't save her. Gaara, you're fun. This is fun. Naruto Uzumaki. From the giant monster's forehead, Gaara popped up. Bunter, so that's the medium, huh? Temari, oh no, this is bad. He's gonna, at any rate, I have to get out of here. And so she did, as quickly as possible. Gaara, thank you for keeping me entertained so far, now I'll show you the true powers of the Sand Demon. Bunter, that medium show signs of insomnia, probably from being possessed by Shukaku, take a look at those bags under his eyes. I could give him compassion, those possessed by the Badger Demon, Shukaku, become such that they can't even have a single decent night of sleep. It's because of the terror. If they sleep, their personality is eaten away by Shukaku, bit by bit, until they disappear. Because the medium suffers from a lack of sleep, their personality tends to bindstable. But, as the medium is usually awake, Shukaku's real powers are suppressed, but if that medium were to fall asleep on his own, then. Gaara, spell of false sleep. Bunter, S. Gaara's body went limp and there was a moment of silence. That was until he woke up. Shukaku, ha. I'm finally free, and there's already somebody I wanna to K. Shukaku took a deep breath and shot a round of air at Gamabunter. Being the natural that he is, Bunter avoided it by jumping into the air. While in the air, he launched a similar attack, but of water, at Shukaku. The exchange between the two continued on as Bunter attacked and moved until. Naruto, oh no, there's still one left. There was a big explosion in the air and Shukaku couldn't help but celebrate. A bit too prematurely as Bunter soon emerged from the smoke and dust kicked up by the explosion. Naruto, what are we gonna do? If I had enough chakra to make a bunch of clones like before, I could probably sneak up on him and blow him away with my Dragon's Wrath attack. Bunter, only thing we can do right now is to rough up that medium, kid, that way, the spell will break. We'll get close and stop that badger in his tracks. We'll do it when his guard is down. Naruto, okay, but how are we gonna do that? Bunter, I'm just a toad, so I don't have any fangs or claws to grab onto him with. So, using a transformation, I'll change into something that does, though, I'm no good at transforming so you'll have to take care of that part. I'll lend you my chakra and it'll be a combination transformation, here we go. Naruto, something with claws and fangs, Gamabunter charged. Naruto, something with claws and fangs. A cloud of smoke filled the air and from it emerged Sasuke, a fox. It wasn't just any fox. This fox had big wings and it quickly latched onto Shukaku with its jaws, claws, and 9 whip-like tails. From the 9 tails jumped Naruto, which then caused the fox to turn back into Gamabunter. With one solid punch, Naruto rattled the sleeping Gaara to his core. He awoke and Shukaku was suppressed once again. Though he was awake, the giant body of sand was still present. Outraged that his jutsu had been broken, Gaara tried to make the one responsible pay. Naruto's feet began to slowly sink into the body of sand but he was saved by Gamabunter. A wave of sand tried to crush him but Gamabunter used his tongue to shield Naruto from it. He then tried to pull Naruto free but it wasn't working. Bunter, not good. Both Naruto and I have already used up most of our chakra. Bunter was being forced back, in the direction of a still unconscious Sakura. Gaara, you will all be ked by me. My existence will not disappear. Naruto closed his eyes and focused on gather chakra from his inner demon. In doing so, Naruto freed himself and blew off his headband and sped open his already shredded jacket. He reached for the staff on his back and charged. Gaara, S. Naruto zigged, zagged, and bashed every bit of sand that tried to grab him while twirling his staff. He jumped into the air to deliver a blow to Gaara but was caught by his tail. He could feel himself getting weaker as his hair began to phase from white to yellow and back and forth. Desperate, he brought his staff down on Gaara's head in one swift motion. This got results as the giant body of sand soon began to crack and crumble. The sand lost its form and dropped to the ground. Sasuke, speechless, did he win? Bunter, not bad. I don't know how he got himself into this mess, but he showed that he could get himself out of it. I never expected him to create that much chakra in that situation. Although I've never seen such a knucklehead, it's been a while since I've seen someone this strong. Naruto and Gaara were falling to the earth. Bunter, what a shame I won't be able to see the end of this battle, but I'm already kind of at my limit. Gamikichi, let's go home. Kichi, sure thing Pop. Good luck to ya Naruto. The two disappeared in a giant explosion of smoke, the likes of which blew Naruto and Gaara into treetops. All that was left behind was Gamabunter's giant blade. Naruto and Gaara landed in the treetops and stared each other down. Naruto, I'm really getting tired at this point, it must be the same for you. We're very alike, but let's end this now. Naruto held his staff in his hands and looked at how it was broken in half. It was a very special item, the staff that was secretly given to him by his honorary grandfather, but now it was done. He placed it in its holder as he and Gaara stood ready to put an end to this battle once and for all. Bunter's blade disappeared in a giant puff and the two charged across the treetops and leapt at each other. The Leaf Junins stood victorious in the stadium, but they didn't feel that way as they were helpless to aid their Hokage. He was still in an epic struggle with Orochimaru within the barrier. Third, it seems that I have no more strength to pull out your entire soul. Orochimaru, could you S already, please, Sarutobi-sensei? Third, I may S here, Strains, but your ambitions will end here. Orochimaru, my ambitions will end here. You dare say that when backed into a situation like this? You dare to say those words? My ambitions will never stop and you will certainly S here. Third, ugh, I won't let your ambition influence this village any longer than it already has. Orochimaru, as the old man you are, do you have the strength to save this village? Look around you, I ordered my subordinates, along with the Sand Shinobi, to attack this village. Your Leaf Shinobi, and even the women and children will be completely annihilated, the Leaf's destruction will happen here. Third, Orochimaru, you don't seem to understand, you should never underestimate this village's shinobi. Gaara had landed a punch right to Naruto's face. This punch triggered something in him as his hair turned from blonde to red and his irises from blue to red as well. Naruto, Naruto came back with a crushing blow of his own to Gaara's face. The devastating punch sent Gaara careening through the trees of the forest where, when he hit the ground, he bounced across it for a few more feet. The leaves rustled as Naruto soon came crashing down as well. Gaara watched in horror as Naruto, blonde hair and all, staggered to his feet and walked towards him. Gaara, why? The sand holding Sakura began to weaken. It wasn't long before she began to fall, but Sasuke saved her in the nick of time. That's when Asuma and Shikamaru showed up. Sasuke left her with them and went after Naruto. Gaara, why is he this strong? Naruto slowly made his way over to Gaara with a look of determination in his eyes. Gaara, terrified look, my existence will never be extinguished. There's no way I would let it disappear. Naruto continued. Gaara, don't come any closer. Naruto stops. The pain of being alone isn't easy to bear. Your feelings, why is it that I can understand your pain? But I already have many people who are important to me now. I won't let you hurt those people important to me, even if I have to kill you. Gaara, why do you go so far, for other people's sake? Naruto, they saved me from the hell of being alone. They acknowledged my existence, that's why they're all important to me. Gaara, love, that's why he's so strong. Naruto stopped as Sasuke and Asuma appeared before him. They informed him that Sakura was now safe and that he didn't have to go any further. Asuma, it seems like Naruto's becoming as wise as he is strong. The rest of the Sand team arrived to retrieve Gaara. As they did, Gaara decided that there was nothing more to be done, but apologize. Gaara, someday, even I will. When they left, Naruto got a bad feeling and sat down to focus. He charged himself with chakra and concentrated on his feeling of dread. He picked up on it and rose up. He tried to hastily head towards the village, but his condition was catching up to him as he cringed with every step. Naruto, roar. Letting out a small primal roar, Naruto ignored the pain and exhaustion and picked up the pace, bolting from sight and leaving behind Sasuke and Asuma to wonder what that was all about. The leaf was still being decimated by Sand and Sound Shinobi. It seemed as if they were nearly done. It was that way until the Leaf Shinobi fought back. The invasion was now being turned back as the shinobi of the leaf jumped into action. Sand and Sound shinobi were being defeated in great multitude. After seeing to his daughters and nephews' safety, Hiashi set out and was surrounded in a clearing by countless enemies. In one instant moment, all were defeated by his rotation. With the rubbish clear here, he decided to move on. Chuji's dad, used his multi-size jutsu to increase his size dramatically. He became as big as King Kong and wiped out countless enemies of his own. As he went to town, Shikaku, Shikamaru's dad, and Inoki, Ino's dad, used their clan's techniques to eliminate many enemies as well. In the forest, still affected by the poison, Shino laid. His father, Shibi, soon came to his rescue as he used his insects to break down the poison in Shino's body. It seemed that he wouldn't be sing today. Back in the Leaf Village, cleanup was still being carried out. As more and more enemies were being defeated, Kiba's mother, Chum, and his sister, Hana, arrived to take out a few of their own. Using their ninkins, ninja dogs, they made short work of any remaining Sand and Sound shinobi. While all of this was happening, the inhabitants of the village were making their way to safety. Third, in order to protect the village, all of Konoha's shinobi risked their lives and fight. In this society, true power is not attained from mastering all the world's jutsus. This is something I have already taught you. When there is something important to protect, a shinobi's true strength emerges. Orochimaru, you're speaking gibberish, you old fool. A ninja's strength comes from the jutsu they possess. Third, for one obsessed with jutsu, I have an appropriate punishment for you. I'll completely take all of your jutsu. Orochimaru, what did you say? The third pulled back and in one swing of his blade, the death god cut off the arms to Orochimaru's soul. Right away the third sealed it away within his body, leaving Orochimaru incapable of performing hand seals and ninjutsu. Orochimaru could no longer move his arms. They soon turned a grayish color, signifying this as they fell to Orochimaru's sides, like stone. He was livid about this and tried to give the third a great piece of his mind as he sweared and cursed his name, but it fell on deaf ears as the third slowly faded away. Third, we will meet in another world, my apprentice, where the leaves dance, and the fire burns, and a new leaf sprouts. Naruto arrived just in time to see his grandfather topple over. He rushed to check on him. He got to him just in time to see Enma pull out the sword that was in his back and the one responsible fleeing. Enma, I'm sorry, Naruto, I couldn't save him. Enma soon left, leaving Naruto's grandfather in the care of him and the Anbu. Orochimaru and his 4 barrier shinobi leapt away as quickly as they could. Naruto ran to the edge of the tower and charged his chakra. His horns began to grow, his tail transformed, and his hair flashed, as did the entirety of his eyes. The Anbu were astonished as he reared back with a great deal of red chakra in the palms of his hands and Jiraiya, whoa, hold it Naruto. Naruto, holding his form and attack, why should I? Jiraiya, this isn't your problem. The third saw to it that Orochimaru would no longer be a threat to this village. Naruto, what are you, blind? That bastard is still alive, and he will be unless I eliminate him here. Jiraiya, like I said, this isn't your fight. If things get out of hand with Orochimaru, I'll step in and put an end to it. Naruto stopped his build of chakra, not really because he wanted to, but mainly because he had very little left. As he began reverting, he turned his back to Orochimaru and his escorts and walked towards Jiraiya. Naruto, if you're gonna handle this problem, then you better, because if I ever see that bastard Orochimaru, I'll see to it myself that he's no longer around. Hair turns blonde, eyes blue. As he tried to walk away, Naruto could feel his strength leaving him. He took one step past Jiraiya and blacked out from chakra exhaustion. That will be all for this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment down below for more videos. Goodbye.